Notts County talk, it has finished. Notts County 1, Halifax 1. Crazy game, very, very frustrating. Player ratings tonight. Does feel like a bit of a, well, it's not a loss. We played really well, but also like 29 shots when I last looked during the game. 29 shots. Feels like a massive kick in the teeth, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Massive kick in the teeth. They were there for the taking, I think. That first half, we should have had 2, even 3 more put past them. I think we had our chances. We really did have our chances as well. Great chances. And the one goal we do score was outside the box. It's a great finish, to be fair to him, but we've just got to be more clinical in the box. It's coming down to that same point again, isn't it? We're just not putting our chances away, and it's all right creating these chances. We've created plenty today. Second half, we played against 10 men. We've got to be winning games like today. It really, I don't want to be too, negative, but to me it feels like a point's not enough.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, these are the games at the end of the season that the teams that Galport automatically win these games. You look at Stockport the other week, or at the weekend, down to 10 men, they get the win. Other teams would have got the win tonight. We didn't. Unfortunate performance. The player rating is going to be good, and fair play to Halifax defending like that. No wonder they celebrate like that at the end. To have 10 men for that long is a very, very good. It's a good point for them. But
they frustrated as well, didn't they?
They did.
They executed that plan well.
I do generally feel like with 11 would probably have won. Yeah. Player ratings then, Yaros.
6. I think he's probably a 5 actually. I think he's hesitant for their goal. Could have done a lot better. I think when he comes out for it as well, he's not really come out 100%. I mean, I understand it. He probably doesn't want to get injured, but I think he could have done a lot better. So yeah, I think 5 is fair.
I'm far from convinced from what I've seen with Yaros so far. Yeah, there's been a few good spells in games, but I really am far from convinced. Spilt the ball against Grimsby tonight. I think he's more thinking he doesn't want to handle it outside the box, but you've got to be sharper there. There's one in the second half with Cameron. There's no communication. Yeah, it makes me miss Patson a lot. Even the distribution's a little bit shaky. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's better than Slocum, but I'd go 5 as well.
Okay, yeah. 5.
Who are you going with next?
Richardson. I think he's class. You know what you're going to get with him. You get a minimum 7 out of him. I'm going to give him a 7.5. I think so much comes through him, and times in the first half where he's so narrow and he's picked up that pocket of space where he's broke through. He's honestly, he's a gem, isn't he? Absolute gem of a player. So yeah, 7.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go 7 for Richardson. Pretty much what you just said is echoed that. We'll then go Brindley. Looked like he was going to come off injured. Didn't. I thought his passing was superb. Yeah. Really, really good passing today from Brindley. He did pretty much everything he could do. Yeah. So again, Halifax, they went as 10 men. They had one chance and scored the chance. So he's done his job. He's recycled the ball more times than I can remember. I'm going to go 7.5.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you. I think honestly he's such a stable player. He's one of those players where again he's going to give you that solid performance every game. Yeah.
Then goes Kyle Cameron. His dribbling ability is fantastic. Brings it out of defence. Yeah. What are you going to give him?
I'm going to give him an 8. I think he leads by example, isn't he? He's so solid. Wins everything in the air.
Hit the ball.
His composure is ridiculous. And hit the ball. So yeah.
I'm going to agree. 8. I think he was dribbling it down by the byline at times, and at the edge of that penalty area. Just a very solid performance. And 8 again, did everything he pretty much could. No real errors. We then goes Chickson. I'm going to say 8.5 for Adam Chickson.
I'm going to give him a 9. I think, to be honest with you, today another thing that we didn't really talk about when we sort of went over the game at the start was the crossing. I thought it was poor today. Poor. How many corners did we not beat the first man, and crosses not beating the first man? Chickson's crosses today were fantastic. Really shunning it across the 6-yard box and begging for someone to just put the head on the end of it. So for me, I mean, my man of the match today, Chickson.
Genuinely, every single cross that I can remember was pinpoint.
Yeah, brilliant.
Spot on. And Taylor's not getting back in the side.
Not while Chickson's playing like that. He's not.
No, and that's not due to Taylor's a good player, very good. But Chickson for me is Mr. Reliable. Yeah. Then goes to midfield. Then Matty Palmer.
I mean, he's a solid player, isn't he? Another one where you get a high standard of performance every game. He's been a little bit sloppy in possession today, I find. He's given it away 2 or 3 times, a little bit sloppy. Not 100%, but still, he's a great player. He's got great vision. I'm going to go 7.
Yeah, I think it's 7.5. I think, again, we've done everything but score. And Palmer's not one of the players I'd expect to necessarily be the one to win the game for us and get the goal. So he's done everything pretty much he could. Ed Francis, a little bit quieter tonight.
Yeah, it was a little bit quieter, definitely was. But still, he's looking for those passes out wide and he's spreading it well. Like you said, a little bit quiet. I'm gonna give him a 7 as well. I'm gonna give him a 7.
I'm gonna go 6.5. I think 6.5 for me. We then look at Eli Sam, who got the goal. Very, very, very good goal from Sam.
As well.
Yeah, gets the man of the match. The fullback couldn't handle him. He was cutting inside, and it's not that the fullback didn't have the pace. He didn't have the strength on him. And Eli Sam was having multiple opportunities. I'm not sure whether it was the right decision to bring him off. He was slowly tiring, but he was also looking very creative and confident on the ball. So I'm going to give him an 8.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I think 8. I think he's honestly he's a different player, isn't he? And today, I think you could say it was one of his best performances in a nutshell. He was brilliant, really involved in the play, really important player as well. It's not just like he's chipping in with the goals, because you look at his goals per minute, he's got to be up there. I think
definitely
with the best at the club at the moment. But yeah, 8.
Then go Ruben. I'm surprised he lasted the 90, giving on the yellow, and I thought the ref would like to even it up. But he was very, something that we haven't always seen from Ruben. I'm going to praise. He was very what's the word I'm looking for? He was restrained. He didn't fly into tackles. He made sure he didn't get that second yellow, which would have changed the whole complexion of the game, and we could be talking about a loss here now. Mm-hmm. So he was very good in that respect. Really did try to make things happen. He really, really did. I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah, I'll agree. I think 7. I think that was a better performance today than we've previously seen. He's trying a lot. He's just so tricky. He's so good with the ball at his feet. He can turn so quickly, and he made the play, didn't he, on the far side. Yeah, he's class, isn't he? I'm going to give him a 7.
Cal Roberts then. He is back to his best. It just hasn't happened for him today. You can see he's cutting inside. There's 3 players, isn't there? 3 players every time coming across to stop that. Yeah. But it's opened up space for other players. I think you could see his link up with Richardson today. Before they went down to 10 men, they dropped back. They were being caused so many problems by those two. So I think Cal was decent. I think 7.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair. 7.5. Pretty much everything you've just said. I think he's a shining light, really, isn't he? If a goal's coming, it looks like it's coming from him or Sam. So yeah.
Carl Wootton.
He's so good, isn't he? He makes so many chances. His hold-up play, I'm thinking about when Richardson gets played through and he should really shoot earlier, but he takes it wide and then it goes over the bar. If he's not holding the ball like that, we're not getting chances like that, and it doesn't create them spaces. But he's just got to be more clinical for me. Today he's had 2 or 3 chances where you're thinking you should really be scoring them. And I don't like to criticise Wootton because I think he's superb, and look at his return at Notts, it's been fantastic. But just it's these finest of finest margins, isn't it? Where he's just got to be a little bit more instinctive, I find. And it's crazy because at the weekend I was saying how instinctive his goal was, but yeah, at times today I just think he could have been a bit better. We've
had 29 shots, and I know there's chances he should score, but he's not even been close to scoring today with 29 shots. So you've got to be thinking.
We've been so unlucky as well. We hit the bar twice. I think one, Brindley should have really scored it. It's just outside the 6-yard box. One's ricocheting around the 6-yard box.
Eli's hit the post.
Yeah, Eli hit the post.
Quickly onto subs then. Zach Brunn, don't really think we can rate him. He came on, then he's been almost stretched off, but he managed to get up, so I hope he's okay. So I can't really give him a rating. Yep. You then got Cairo Mitchell. Again, I think it's unfair to give him a rating. I don't really have long enough. A 6 maybe.
Yeah.
And then Vincent, should he have come on earlier for you?
Yeah, I like Vincent. I think this was the game for Vincent. He's got the energy, he's got the legs, and they were tiring. They've been defending so well, putting the bodies on the line. I think he should have come on earlier, but I'm still going to give him a 6.5 because he was confident when he came on. He's not a Bagsy game time recently, has he? So I think you've got to give him credit for that. He was good when he came on, and I'd just, like you just said, I'd like to have seen him earlier.
Yeah, I agree. 1-1 draw then. I just hope we don't look back at this game and the game against Torquay at home, where we've played against 10 men for sort of 60-65 minutes, and regret these at the end of the season. It is unbeaten. It's another game unbeaten. It's a point gained on teams above us. The game in hand over Stockport was tonight. Chesterfield have lost, but it does also feel like a little bit of a disappointing end.